Hey, Grotts and Gitz, how you all doing? This is Eldar coming to you with some more Dawn of War 3. Today on Charon's Rest, we have an Eldar mirror match. Slow this down for just a second so we can get through really quickly what we've got in terms of both players. Down here, the southwest side, playing, obviously, like I said, Eldar, it's going to be Dullahan. In terms of elites, what's he got? Well, he has got Wraith Knight Taldir, Ranger Ronin, which I've seen a lot of hate on in terms of the forums, just because he seems to be a little glitchy sometimes, and Farseer Maka. Now, in terms of doctrines, what do we have? Vigors, which gives a little bit more attack speed for Rangers, as well as Webway Hollow Field, Stealth to Self, and Inner Circle. Fantastic. And improved Plasma Grenades, so not unexpected there. Now, his opponent up here in the upper right-hand side is Paperbag, and Paperbag is bringing on in the Striking Scorpions. I always think Stinging for some reason. Farseer Maka, as well as Altark Kyre. Not a big fan of this guy myself, but hey, you know, if it floats your boat, it floats your boat. Jainsar's command is coming on in, so some good bonuses to surviving members of Wraithblades. Improved listening posts, and improved Scream. Now, we're going to speed this back up. I'm going to watch this, I think, from Dullahan's side of things. Dullahan's starting very quickly with dual dialer Venture, and then Bone Singers as well. His opponent shifting out on the map of the Bone Singers, and I'm trying to figure out if there's any real military coming out just yet for him. Seeing some Howling Banshees. So there's been a lot of talk, at least I've seen on the forums, that Howling Banshees are really beastly early on, and that's kind of true. I have been told that there's some good play against the Shees on this particular game. Bone Singer, though, might get taken on out pretty quickly. No one's ever going to see Dire Avengers inside this little heavy cover. He's going to be wiping out these Dark Reapers. In fact, wow, doing an incredible amount of damage here. Incredible amount of damage. Barely any of that squad is left. He's got 2 models left, and he's just 150 HP. But now here come the Shees, and if the Shees can get things down, then that's going to be fantastic for Paperbag's troops. Dullahan, in the meantime, forced back. Bone Singer coming in as well, just to force that melee for a second or two. But all in all, still not a bad engagement for Dullahan. Another squad of Dark Reapers coming on out. Actually, the first squad of Dark Reapers coming on out in favor of Dullahan. He's lost one of his Bone Singers. A quick look over at Paperbag. Okay, yeah, so one of very wounded Banshee squad. Going to get reinforced pretty quickly, I'd imagine. Dark Reapers getting reinforced as well.
Power generator is complete.
Now, are we seeing any kind of tech structures other than the immediate warrior portal? Not for really either player. Bone Singer is coming to fire right now. He's probably going to go down. Thank you, Banshees. So yes, there's now no more builders over for Dullahan. And indeed, here come these Banshees. Quite an issue. We're going to see maybe perhaps... Okay, Dark Reaper's going to be able to get some good covering fire. Exploding models like crazy. I always forget how much damage these guys do. 32 DPS, true damage. It's fantastic when you think about it. Another Bone Singer is out on the map already. Now, what about his opponent? His opponent has himself building a listening post down here to the south of the map. But, not like he's really pressing his position that overly much. Both players kind of playing a little bit relaxed early on. Should be seeing probably some Striking Scorpions pretty quickly here. Another 20 seconds is my guess. And the Banshee's really not getting the kind of efficacy that you're looking for out of these early melee squads. Frankly, if you can keep them at a fair bit of range, and just have your Dark Reapers there to back up your troops. I mean, in an Eldar mirror match, it's not a bad idea, having Dire Avengers laying down a base of fire in the first place, and just kind of really being a tank, hit point soak more than anything else. You see him coming on up right now, probably going to come up here, quick shot or two, and then going to back away. And indeed, here comes Striking Scorpions. They are now on the pitch, which makes it a little more difficult for those Dire Avengers to stick around. He is going to get his own Banshees up right now, though, is Dullahan. And with the Striking Scorpions out, though, you have to be concerned about this. Maybe having the Banshees to help mix it up will give his ranged troops a little more time to lay down some suppressing and covering fire. Now, all of these guys are completely stealth right now, so it's going to be bad news for Dullahan's men and women. You can see it happening right now. He has to turn him back around, he's probably get taken on out, and indeed, yep, his Banshees are going to get slaughtered. Not just like barely slaughtered, like completely slaughtered. Dark Reapers as well are going to go down pretty quickly. And it's going to be a massive, massive win over here for Paperbag. Boneseer coming on out. And this Warrior Portal, I think, is porting away. Yep, it is. Listening Post in the center part of the map, well, that's going to go down as well. It isn't that a shame, but that was kind of expected, all things considered. What's more, now we have Farseer Maka, though, and this elite point generator is now completely out of his control. Surprised I'm more out of his control soon, but instead, of course, he's going to just take some time. Farseer Maka, though, has gone and cast the whole Temporal Weave, which causes a bunch of stasis. So a lot of this material here is not going to be moving at all, and indeed he's going to run back into the temporal wall to protect his own Banshees from being hit by more ranged fire by fresh Dark Reapers. Bonesinger to the north is going to go down for Paperbag, but in the middle part of the map, a listening post will go on up, and that'll be pretty good for Paperbag.
Let the enemy beware the howling unlocking shadow specters.
Alrighty though. Check quick tech levels for both players. Okay, so not quite to tier 2 just yet. Let's focus on down here again. Okay, never mind. So some good damage coming on out already from Dullahan's men. He's got some great positioning here, but of course his opponent has exactly the same position. So the middle of the map is pretty much a stalemate. Down to the south, we still have that listening post, and that's not going to go down very easily. How about Paperbag, though? Is he teched up just yet? He's teching up right now. Okay, so that's a weird decision, I would suggest. He doesn't quite control the map completely. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, but he's not controlling the map completely, and that's a minor problem, I would say. Bonesinger going down, that means there goes that whole bit of sight that was right there. And a big melee mass is charging towards was the last enemy position. Banshees in the meantime, of course, going to fall back. Surprised to see that we haven't seen... Okay, so Soul Shrine, there we go, upgrading finally. Some upgrades over here for increased shield regeneration. Good decision there. And damage... Okay, shields have been upgraded. Damage has not been upgraded just yet, though.
Howling Banshees answer the call.
Some more Howling Banshees are on the field, and here comes a big, big fight here. The Dark Reapers are going to get exactly what they want, which is a great bit of melee to fire into. Unfortunately, though, the Striking Scorpions are going to cheat right back out and going to completely and totally wreck them, it looks like. Striking Scorpions being, in turn, attacked by a lot of other Banshees. Dive Ranger's getting cut to pieces as the Dark Reapers do what they do best, which is just destroy entire masses of enemy infantry.
We have upgraded battle focus.
Farseer Maka is probably going to go down just a second here as well. She might just decide to do something like Psyker Blast, but the Temporal Weave is going to run out in just a second or two here. And she's almost out of shields as it is. The Listening Post doing a lot of damage, going to do some great firepower against these charging Banshees. But these Dark Reapers might go down. One or two more shots. Yep, there they go. So Dark Reapers going down from Paperbag. So a very fortunate engagement, I would say, overall for Dullahan. Striking Scorpions as well getting forced on back. But whenever that happens, you just tend to just see whatever is left fall back under the guns of the Dark Reapers. Of course, that was the end of all of Paperbag's Banshees.
Shall join the battle.
Kind of a hefty loss, all things considered.
Generator under attack.
So Bonesinger just being a pain in the rear end, just coming up here, hitting that thing one or two times. Not a whole much to write home about. Now, what about up here? Okay, so this little shrine up here. Has he gotten any kind of teching? No. So no teching whatsoever coming out from Paperbag.
Fate favors us.
guess you're kind of wondering whether or not he can play his way out of a paper bag, if you know what I mean. But and Dark Reaper's getting torn to pieces as these guys in heavy cover just blow them apart. The question is now, so this bonus thing is trying to come up here to repair this listening post. I don't think it's going to happen. Indeed, I think this is the end of this particular listening post. Though these Dark Reapers are doing some good damage here. Yep, they managed to take it out, and the shield generator, excuse me, the power generator follows very, very quickly. The bench is coming behind the position over here. Not sure why.
Battle has escalated to phase 2.
They were able to go and decap his position to the south, taking out a power generator as well, but not sure why he really invested a lot of material in there. But here are the Shadow Spectres guys. Shadow Spectres. So, think of them like sort of las cannons, but just doing incredible amounts of damage overall. Again, these guys counter heavy armor, 29 DPS, and just under-ish, yeah, about just over 900 hit points total. Extremely fragile, and that's more than just
a requisition generator is
just being Eldar with that one. And there they are, just doing that heavy DOT kind of material. There we go. 3, 2, 1, and there goes Web Gate. That's pretty darn good there. Now, Ronan can be called on in, and now here's where people tend to have a lot of rage. The question is, will he be thrown down immediately? I guess we'll just wait until he comes on in, then we'll start talking about it. Meantime, Farseer Maka has come out for Paperbag, which means 3 elite points have been gained by the opposing Eldar. Taking a quick look at his forces, 3 Dark Reapers, a 4th on the way, and some Banshees. But Shadow Spectres coming on out like crazy for Dullahan to get 2 squads already. Might be considering a 3rd, I don't know. And there is Ronan, so Ronan is putting down some good long-range fire. And people complain about his long shot, which is really quite good. And there it is, coming on out. Takes out a squad. And indeed, now we have the Shadow Spectres coming on in just to take out this Warrior Portal. Might be able to do so. Very close to nothing else. Yep, they take it on out, so that was super fast. The squad of Shadow Spectres is going to take some losses here. Might even be losing the entire squad. The true damage just does too much. And the use of Temporal Weave has been fantastic by this particular Farseer Maka, so well done there. However, this Farseer, you don't want to engage the Farseer in close combat. Shockingly enough, she does actually more damage in it than in terms of ranged. And Ronan coming on in has done his Shadow Step in to give line of sight. And now there goes that structure as well. So Paperbag losing an absolute ton. What does he got left? Just a bunch of Dark Reapers and some Skimmers coming on, it looks like. Last chance, thank you so much. It's not Farseer Maka, is it? No, it is going to be Farseer Maka. Okay, so her own doctrine of proccing right there. But Ronan just blowing all these dudes to pieces. So some health being regened, and I'm kind of wondering if he got to turn around and start pelting the opposing. Oh my god, he does incredible amounts of damage.
Enemy contact.
21 normal DPS, but I guess if you average that out, that's where all the massive firepower comes on in. I'd be surprised almost if she doesn't go down yet. Last chance already. Alright. And there are those Wraith Blades that came on in. Now, the problem with that is that these Shadow Spectres are fantastic against armor. You see that happening right now. These guys are just going to start getting pushed away quicker and quicker. They are getting some buffs from losing Wraith Blades. And that's just kind of nifty. But all in all, not the best position for them to be in. And in the meantime as well, we are going to see another Wraith Blade going down. The Shadow Spectres doing some great damage overall. And 14 minutes into this game, we're still not seeing any dead generators, barely any scratched generators. Dark Reaper's going to go down to striking Scorpions, feeling the sting of their tail. And a slowly healing Farseer Maka coming back out onto the map. My guess is, guys, we're not going to see ourselves a Wraith Knight Taldir, mostly because It seems like Dullahan's got this well in order. He is taking some gen bashing down here to the south, but the Shadow Spectres won't be able to put enough damage to really encourage the Shadow Spectres to leave. Seeing Bones here coming on in, so that way any kind of stealth that gets used that will be completely and totally taken away immediately. So yes, these guys are probably going to go down super, super fast. Oh no, barely making it away. He's got less than 50 health to do it though. Long shot. Ooh, just barely missing. That kind of stung. But alright, Farseer Maka coming in instead.
Light enemy force engaged. Southwest of your position.
Alright, so in the meantime, do we have... Okay, so health has been upgraded. Shields have been upgraded. No, health damage has been upgraded a little bit as well, hasn't it? No, it has not. Alrighty, what about for the opposing force here? Ship regenerate has not been done. Vehicle shields have come on up.
Warrior portal.
Interesting decisions here.
Relocating webway gate.
There's just those Wraith Blades being called on in. That's the only vehicles on the map, so he's investing a lot of resources into keeping these Wraith Blades alive. I'm not sure if I agree with that.
We have finished our task.
Elite Port Generators being taken on out, but retaken by Dullahan and now being taken out by the Farseer Maka. And in the north, we will see Ronin, as well as some stasis units, will just kind of pour fire like crazy in here.
Let us make the most
now, he could put a long shot through and do tons and tons of damage to everybody. But they're under the effect of that temporal weave. So, that's a little more difficult to deal with. Shield Gen has gone down. Thank you, Shadow Spectres, for doing that damage over time. And as Farseer over here needs to be super, super careful. We haven't seen actually any dead elites just yet, and that's very surprising. Psychoblast? Nope, Psychoblast has already been utilized. So now it's just a fallback, which is something that Eldar are quite good at doing.
Summoning Dark Reapers.
Doing falling back damage, but Dark Reapers in the meantime just carving all of those kind of enemy Bone Singers to pieces, not really fighting troops in the first place. Wraith Blades are going to go down as well, so what's left? Well, Striking Scorpions and the Farseer Maka. And there go the Striking Scorpions. I'm thinking, which is the guess, that we're going to see some tech structures going on down, and indeed, yep, here come the Shadow Spectres. This guy's going to go down super fast. Just, they're quite overlooked troops. The damage increases over time as well, so it does incredible amounts of damage. Surviving Dark Reapers down here to the southern side are going to pour fire for quite a bit of time to the charging Howling Banshees, but the Howling Banshees coming on in will make them very, very terrified. And although they're not even focusing on their opponents, it seems the Paperbag has had enough, so he's just going to tap out. He's got nothing left anyway. He's had his Dark Reapers, he had the Farseer Maka, and that was literally it. Waiting for this thing to... Oh, it's not going to suicide. I'd like to have seen it blown up, but I guess not. So in a fairly quick game, Dullahan does manage to take out Paperbag. From my end, folks, this is Con Ulrich signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys all soon. Take it easy and have a great day.